everyone, this is Erica with the Stitching Bug for Flosstube number 2. It's January 19th, 2022, and I have a finish to show you today, some whips that I've been working on, and just a little bit of haul. I am going to keep this under 30 minutes because I think my camera actually shuts off after 30 minutes using the video. And I also have to go get my little one from preschool, so I definitely don't want to be late for that. So welcome. Thank you to those who watched and commented. Thank you to anyone that's returning. I really am just doing this for fun and to be a part of a Flosstube community. These certainly are not and will never be professional videos, but I hope you enjoy what you see. And so let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to show you is my finish. This was the Merry and Minty by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. This was a freebie pattern that you're able to get off of Facebook. So you can go to Facebook and search under Brenda Gervais, or maybe even with Thy Needle and Thread, I'm not sure which one. And it was a freebie pattern that came out in 2020. I just got this a month ago, so I'm assuming it's still available. But this was the pattern. And then I did work on this and I finished it. I didn't iron, sorry, no time. So you're gonna see the hoop marks and everything. But this is my finish. And it's so, so sweet. Now I did make some floss changes. The original, this has DMC and overdyed threads. The original called for Oscar for the tree, but it was very brownish, the dye lot that I got. And I didn't like it next to this reindeer, and I don't want a brown Christmas tree. So I had some of Weeks Dye Work moss from another project, and so that is what I used, and I love it. I think it's like the sweetest little tree. You know, these colonial knots, I've done French knots. I had to watch a little tutorial on a colonial knot. They're really super simple. This is not exactly how it is in the pattern. I did it like how the pattern called for, and it was too many. I didn't like it, so I ripped it out and I just did a few here and there. But yeah, it's really sweet. This is also the pattern that I kitted up and I gave to my friend Kim, who's my only stitchy friend. She lives a couple hours from me. She was so happy to receive it. It was a surprise, and she's definitely going to stitch it. So I told her when she was done to send it back and I will finish it for her. I'm not going to wait until she's done to finish mine. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully finish it in the next month, couple months. I just want to get it done and get it off my plate. But when she sends me hers, I will finish it the same way. I had originally thought that, oh, it would be cute to make this into a tree shape with like a little twig trunk or a little brown trunk made out of fabric. But when I completed the pattern, I decided that it really did not lend itself to a tree shape. So I will just make it into a pillow with some trim. Keep it simple. So that's the plan. That was my finish. I love it. It was really fun to work on. Not a difficult pattern to do. So this next one is really the first pattern that I got into. I hadn't stitched in a long time, a number of years, and mostly because, I was in college and doing all the school stuff, and then, then I got married, and then I had kids, and it's been extremely busy with kids, so I just didn't do it that often. So I just started picking stitching back up last summer. This is from the Plum Street Sampler, the Wool and Flax Company. This is the pattern. Super cute. I'm making this one for my youngest daughter. She's 3 and she loves Little Bo Peep and she loves pink. So now if you remember on the last video, I talked about how I had started to fill this in with this pinkish color. I think it's called Sand, because she loves pink, and I thought, oh, it'll be nice. I didn't like it. So I started on the other end with the called for, and I was hoping to have this done. But I didn't. I'm almost at the halfway mark. So I have a little bit left to frog out and then finish this off with the cream. This is not perfect. This is why I need a stitching community to belong to. There's so much that I don't know. I didn't know with overdyed threads that you are supposed to complete your X. With this, if I had a section, I would stitch one way and then I'd go back the other way. And I didn't realize that you're not supposed to do that. So in hindsight, now that I know, I wonder if I'd done it properly, if maybe these little grass mounds wouldn't be so stripy looking. But it's okay. I'm not gonna restitch it. But I just love the little dog and the little sheep. It's so cute. So that is a priority for me to finish this month. I want to get it done. I ordered a frame. I don't know if you can see the white frames behind me. Those are beautiful. I ordered them from the shop on Etsy. This team makes them and ships them, and they are pricey. So I only do it for things that I really, really love or that are special for me. But I ordered this frame. Sorry, you can kind of see the glare from the ring light. Turn that off. Oh, and then you see the window. But anyways, the frames are absolutely beautiful. They are so well made. To me, it's worth every penny. I certainly will not be doing these frames for all of my projects, but for ones that are special to me anyways. So if I can figure out how to put it like in the description box below, I will link their Etsy site. So that, like I said, is a priority for me to finish this month. I want to get it fully finished. And now that that other project is done, I think I'm going to focus on getting that one done. I also worked a little bit on Mama Witch X Stitch, her pattern called the Pumpkin Gardener. I showed this in the last video. It's so cute. My mom thinks it's creepy. She doesn't like the eyes. They're the thing I think I love the most. That and these little white creepy pumpkin heads. So I did work on this a little bit. I am not a seasonal stitcher. I will stitch anything at any time, especially because I stitch so slow that if I actually want things done, I have to, make a point of working on them continuously. So I did work on that a little bit. I don't have too much progress. I think these curly vines are new. I had finished the hat. I can't remember if the moon was there before and some of the clouds. But she is so cute. I can't wait to stitch her. I think what I'm going to try to do is commit to like a full day of stitching once a week and work on some of these seasonal pieces. And then the rest of the days that I stitch, there's a project I'm going to show. I'll focus on that with maybe a couple of little smalls thrown in here and there. My goal really for me personally is to actually finish projects. I will never be that person that will have 20, 30, 50 WEPs. That will drive me crazy. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. So I will try to have 1 or 2 new starts a month maybe, so that I have something new to show people who are actually watching these videos. And just because it is fun to start a new project, I do enjoy that. But my goal for this year is to just finish, to have some finishes and enjoy the process. No pressure. We do this for fun, right? So there's that. This project I talked about, Plum Street Samplers Tired Trio. I have 3 daughters. My oldest is 10, my middle daughter is 8, and my youngest little surprise baby is 3. But my middle daughter loved this pattern, and I want to stitch one for all of my children. So I was working on this one for her, and it really is not a difficult pattern. I was working on it until I found the Brenda Gervais Marion Minty, and then I kind of switched my focus. But I did work on it a little bit. This little sloth needle minder came from Mad for Minders. Super cute. I messed up somewheres over here, but to be honest with you, I don't love stitching on this fabric, and I think that's partly why I didn't pick it up as much over this last month. I did a couple times, and I don't enjoy it. So I think I'm going to scrap this, and I have another piece of fabric I have in mind that I'm going to restart on, and I think I could really make some good progress over the next month if I actually enjoyed stitching it. And I think the problem was the fabric. So I am not into torturing myself. I'm not that far along. I have no problems throwing that out and starting over. So I think that's what I'm going to do for that. Now this one is from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This was a sale that they had started towards the end of last year called the Christmas Wreath, or Christmas Wreath. This is the pattern. I downloaded it as a PDF from their website. I just love it. It's so cute. I did not like, I'm using the called for DMCs, but I didn't like the fabric that they stitched it on or show in this picture. So I'm stitching it on 32 count Mint Splash Lugana. Oh, upside down. So when we last spoke, I talked about how I started it. I was using 2 threads and I didn't like the 2 threads. So then I restarted it on a different piece of fabric with just 1 thread. And then I was going to go back and restart it again using the 2 threads, but I'm not, because this, you know, I had quite a few hours in. This is what I've done over the last month. I've filled this little section in. But, you know, I have a lot of hours into this, and I don't want to waste that work. I like the way that it's coming out. It probably would have a little bit better coverage, of course, using the 2 threads, but I decided I'm okay with it the way that it is. I might change his little hooves. You can't hardly see them. They're a gray, so I might go back and change those out for a little bit different color down the road. And to be honest with you, I've realized over the last month that my stitches are much, much neater when I only use 1 thread. So I don't think on anything below like a 28 count fabric, I think you almost have to use 2 threads. I don't know, maybe you don't. I guess it depends on the pattern. But for 32, 36 on up, I don't know, I might just use 1 because I don't know what my problem is. I don't love the way my stitches come out with 2 threads. It's kind of messy. I don't know. This was my new start for January, and I showed this in the last video. I'm not sure how to say the name. Croqueta Gouache, springtime. The pictures on the pattern aren't the best, but that was my New Year's start. It uses DMCs. So that's all I'm using, is the called for. I am hoping to have this done by Easter, but I'm also hoping that Easter is in April and not March this year. I haven't looked yet. And yeah, I keep my things on hoops. I know it's bad, I know it's naughty, but if I know I'm going to be working on it in the next day or a couple days, I tend to leave them in the hoops. If it's something I won't be working on for a while, I take them off. So I got the flower pot done, the little chicken. I messed up here. My kids had come home from school and it was a zoo and excuse me, a little distracting. So I miscounted, but I'll frog that out, do the little white border. And then I'll start up here. There's a tree and a pink house, so not a difficult pattern at all. It's pretty easy to follow, really cute. So I think that's going to get the majority of my attention this month. And then I'll just fill in with extra time with some of these other projects. Sorry, I have this little tickle in my throat. The next thing I wanted to show was a project I had shown in my last video. The Celtic Christmas Lavender and Lace pattern. It came out in 1995. And I think I probably started it, I don't know, maybe 96, maybe 97. I know I was in college at the time. And I absolutely love this pattern. I wanted to make it for my mom. And, you know, life got busy. I was finishing up school, and then I ended up going back to school for another degree and got married, had kids, and, you know, life got busy. So I put it away for a long time. But despite all of those life events, the real reason that I put this away is because down here at the bottom, as I had mentioned, I royally screwed up. I don't even know. So now I've got to fudge all of this and try to make it look as best as I can. Because I can't even figure out where my mistake is. And also this, I don't know where it is, if you can see it, like this metallic thread is an absolute beast to work with. It splits, it's one strand, but it splits into like 3 little strands, and it's a complete nightmare. So I got sick of working on it, and then I had screwed up the count, but my mom loves this. She really wanted me to finish it last December, but I had pulled it out in December, so there was no way that that was going to happen. But I am determined to finish it this year. I mean, I only have that little bit of work left to do, so I'll figure it out. A commenter in my last, a lady who commented on my last video said to try a thread conditioner. So I did order some. I'm waiting for that to come in, and then I will pick this back up. I might just, commit to, maybe a Sunday afternoon for a few hours once a month to get this done, because there really is not that much. So if I can just commit to that, I think I could have this done. And it really is beautiful. And I just love working with all this beading. So, so, so pretty. So that's my plan. Get that done. Well, really, I would like it done by November so that I can get it framed and my mom can put it out for the holiday season. But that's not something I will be working on every day, for sure. So I do have a little bit of new haul to show you. So I didn't make as much progress. I stitch almost every day, but I'm in healthcare. I'm a registered nurse, and I work in an ICU, and I've been in ICU for about eight years, and as you've all probably heard, healthcare is extremely short-staffed. But I had left ICU in September, and I went and I started to work in dialysis. I wanted to learn a new specialty. I needed a little break from ICU, but I missed it terribly. So I will be back in ICU full-time in a couple weeks. But because they are so short-staffed, I've been picking up a lot of like extra crisis shifts, because healthcare it's rough right now. And so because I've been picking up extra shifts, I haven't had as much time to stitch as I would like to. So, but that's okay. It is what it is. I try to find time every day, but it doesn't always happen. And it's not a race, right? So I'll get to it when I get to it. But I did want to start a couple new pieces, especially since I finished that Mary and Minty. And one of them is from Elizabeth. I saw this on Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, the Heartstring Samplery Be Mine Biscornu. I just love this. I've never made a Biscornu, but I love the colors. I love the little bird, the little heart, the pink and the red. So I ordered the thread. I think I have a fabric that I can use, so I will be starting that as soon as the thread comes in. The pattern doesn't look too difficult. Maybe I'll be able to get this done by Valentine's Day. I don't know, that's 3.5 weeks away, 3 weeks, so I might not be able to. But it doesn't matter. I will stitch on it until it's done. Like I said, I'm not a seasonal stitcher. My whole goal is to finish the projects that I start. I don't want a bunch of whips. I just want to focus on starting something and then finishing it. But I will have, like I said, 1 or 2 new starts every month so that, something new to talk about in these videos. Otherwise, I don't know what I talk about. So a couple more things. I found this when I was shopping at Christmas time in TJ Maxx. I was picking up like little stocking stuffers. I found this sweet little plaque, Star-Spangled Banner. Now this is, it was on clearance in TJ Maxx, and they had other sayings, but I liked this one. It's the Ray Dunn collection. I like Ray Dunn. I'm not a huge collector of anything, but once in a while there's a piece I think is cute. I'll pick it up. But I thought I could stitch something and kind of hang it from this and then have something to put out for Memorial Day and 4th of July. And it was cheap. It was like marked down to $4, so I figured I'd pick it up. But then I started to look for a pattern to put under it, and I think I'm going to try this one because I just love the blue and the red. It's from Cherry Hill Stitchery, called Blue House Neighborhood. I just downloaded this. I purchased it on Etsy and downloaded the PDF. So I'm going to stitch that. I did order the threads, so hopefully they will be in soon. I think this week. I think they've shipped, so they'll be in. And I think what I'll do is the pattern has it on kind of a neutral tan fabric. I want something that matches more of this. I don't want the big contrast, but I'll have to make sure that the white in the pattern will still show up. So as long as there's no white on the edges of the, you know, like if the white is on the inside, like on the house, the windows will be fine. As long as there's not a lot of white around the edges, I think it'll be okay. So I'm excited to start that hopefully in the next week or so. Also, I saw, what's it called? Mama Loves You GB, a floss tuber, who I really liked. I enjoy watching her floss tubes, but she had stitched this pattern, the Fox, A Year in the Woods #1. And I thought it was cute, but I wasn't like really inspired. I'm like, oh, you know, it's different. I love the fox, but I didn't know that I wanted to stitch it until pattern 2 came out, and I saw it on one of her videos, and then I saw pattern 2 and I said, oh my gosh, I have to do this. So pattern 2 is the swans, and I just love it. So they're going to come out with a pattern for every month. It's called A Year in the Woods, and I just am so excited about these now. I don't know what it is about these swans. Oh, I just love them. And so I think what I'll do is the next pattern that comes out, you know, there's 3 for each season. Let me go like this maybe. 3 for each season. And I think I'll put them on a pillow and just maybe put it in like my dough bowl or something. So, but the problem is I really want to stitch them on the fabric that's called for, and I couldn't find it. So there's a website called Traditional Stitches, and they are able to get it for me. So I ordered it, but she said it's going to take 8 to 10 months to come in. But that's okay. I have plenty of other things to stitch. I really want to do it on the fabric that's called for. So I'm going to buy the patterns each month, but I probably will wait till later in the year or next year, whenever that fabric comes in is when I'll start these. So cute. So if anyone's interested, you can find these patterns all over the internet. The other thing I wanted to show you was I got some really cute, you know, I got some patterns for Christmas and a couple of books, which I'm going to show you. I love like crafting books and stitching books. Even if I never ever stitch anything out of them, I just like to sit down and peruse through them and browse. It just makes me happy. But these books I actually really love, and I think I will stitch some things from it. So the first book I got is called The Magic of Christmas to Cross Stitch, French Charm for Your Stitch Work. And I'll show you a couple of the patterns in here, like this one. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's a little nostalgic. It's kind of vintagey. Vintagey is not even a word, but we're going with it. It's so sweet. So I have this tree that I do at Christmas time. It's got the shiny bright bulbs, and I have like a rainbow garland. I call it the kids tree because I really put it up for my kids, and it's adorable. So I want to stitch some of these to put on that tree, you know, for little ornaments. So super cute. And then let me see if I can find the one. Oh, here it is. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait to start this. So super cute. And I thought with that one, if I can get it the right size, I thought I'd make it into a snow globe ornament and just put a little bit of, you know, snow in the bottom of it so you can kind of shake it, and I don't know. We'll see. I just love it. So there's that. That's the name of it again. There's a lot of really cute patterns in there. So I was thinking this might be something that I might take with me when I'm waiting for my girls to go to dance class or, you know, something like that. And then the other book that I got was called Fables and Fairy Tales to Cross Stitch, French Charm for Your Stitch Work. So these were gifted to me from my family. I can't say the artist's name. Veronique and Ginger, I don't know. And now, you know, so my oldest daughter is 10 going on 11, and my littlest one is 3 going on 4. I wish I had seen these patterns when they were younger, because I would have loved to have them in their bedrooms. Like, oh gosh, look how sweet that is. I don't know. I don't think my 10-year-old would appreciate them now. She's practically a grown-up. Just ask her. She's 10 going on 15. But I am going to stitch some of these. And I think my husband and I are redoing our attic space and turning it into a little playroom, but really so that my older 2 girls can have sleepovers and the kids can go upstairs, and I don't have to worry about 10 girls wrecking a bedroom. There's quite a big space up in the attic. So I think I will stitch some of these and just kind of put around that room because I love them. And my littlest one, like I said, she's only 3, so oh, like look at this one, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. She's got a lot of years left of being a little girl, so I'm definitely going to stitch some of these. I don't know when I'll start them though. So that's really it for this week that I'm going to show you. I've got to keep this under the 30-minute time frame. I do have to go pick up my daughter from preschool. But thanks again for watching this. I hope you enjoy what you see. My goal is to try to do a video a month, hopefully. Hopefully I'll have some new finishes and new things to share each month. So thank you so much. Take care.